Did you know that online streaming is becoming the most powerful means of reaching a broader audience? Even major networks are transitioning from cable television to online streaming platforms. BGK is a Christian online TV network that is ahead of the curve. We specialize in virtual broadcasting, allowing leaders to broadcast right from their homes while sitting in the comfort of their customized studios. And as if that wasn't enough, you can have our very own broadcast production for as low as $25 per week. Yes, I said it, $25 per week. Wouldn't you love to have your studio right in the comfort of your home? Well, call us at 877-386-6207 and become a broadcast partner with BGK Broadcast Network.
Hello, I am Evangelist Virginia Bowie, the host of the Café Freedom chat show that airs Mondays at 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock p.m. If you have an inspiring, transformative word that you want to share, why not consider becoming a part of the BGK Network family? You'll be a blessing and you'll be blessed.
BGK 24/7 Online Christian TV Network. Making what was once impossible, possible.
Hello and welcome to another exciting Café Freedom chat show. I am Evangelist Virginia Bowie, and I'm so happy to have all of my friends and family once again in the studio. Remember, this show is brought to you by the BGK Network, and you can follow us every Monday at 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock p.m. at www.bgknetwork.org. Remember, if you're traveling and you don't want to miss one of the exciting Café Freedom chat shows, just be sure to download the BGK Network app, and you can follow us wherever you go. We are so excited. We just recently came out of our Café Freedom Summit that was held in Nashville, Tennessee. In January, it was absolutely spectacular. God met us there. The theme was God in You, Flourish and Flow. And was God flowing? He was absolutely flowing. Those speakers were dynamic. And today's show, I want to share with you one of the speakers that just really mesmerized us. God had so much to say through Pastor Angela Abrams. She talked about shine, baby, shine. I will not be dulled. Have you ever felt like there were external things that were attempting to dull you? Well, guess what? She showed us how we did not have to succumb to those things. And I can't wait for you to hear her. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be something that you probably want to hear over and over again. So be sure to tune in as often as you can, and you can look at that previous show. But I'm awaiting what God is going to say to you through her. Welcome. Shine, baby, shine. God bless you. Enjoy.
That's a fun word, glycerin. And so I was receiving a theme from Evangelist Bowie, and my topic today is rise. Everybody say rise. Repeat after me, shine. Repeat. You like that? I like that too. So let's say it again. Everybody say rise, shine, repeat. Tell the person next to you, say, neighbor, you've been instructed to shine. And some of us have only been capable of managing a twinkle. And a twinkle is that moment where it's varied repeatedly between bright and faint. bright and faint, bright and faint. Some days I feel like praising God. Some days I don't feel like praising God. One day I want to go to church with a burning mighty fire. The other day I just want to sit home and Netflix binge. We want to shine, and then we want to fade. We want to be bright. Things happen, and then we faint. Some of us have only been able to manage a twinkle, but God is commanding and instructing us to shine. Everybody say shine, rise, repeat. If you allow me just for a second to introduce to some and present to others this book. Everyone say Sulwe. Sulwe is a book and it's written by Lupita Nyong'o. She is a Kenyan actress and producer. Her first feature film role was in the film 12 Years a Slave, for which she received the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, as well as multiple accolades, including the Screen Actors Guild Award, the Critics' Choice Award, the Independent Spirit Award, and the NAACP Award. She has since starred in Myra Nair's Queen of Katwe, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Ryan Coogler's record-breaking box office hit Black Panther, and most recently in Jordan Peele's critically acclaimed horror film, Us. Lupita earned a Tony nomination for her Broadway debut in Denai Guerrera's play Eclipsed, and she lives in Brooklyn. How many of you all, just by show of hands, are familiar with the actress Lupita? Okay. So allow me to read to you a story. Is that all right? So I can identify with Sulwe growing up a dark-skinned black girl in America. And I did not realize that that was an issue until I ran into some very damaged people who poured into me at a very young age. And they talked about me, and they made fun of me, and they were sure to point out the difference between me and my light-skinned cousins, family members. No, not Bishop and Lady Jones. No, not my sister, not my brothers. But there were some who were very sure to make sure I knew that I was nothing. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand. I'm not going to look for a witness. The beauty of Café Freedom says I can come here and share in transparency and help somebody. And so I grew up with a very twisted way of thinking about myself, about my worth, about my place in the world, and it was not good. The seed that was put into me at such a very young age was a seed of insecurity that would sprout up in many different forms. Form of rejection. So then I struggled with rejection. And then I struggled with insecurity complexes. And then I struggled with inferiority complexes. And then I struggled with anger. And then I struggled with sadness. And then that morphed into depression. And then I suffered with low self-esteem. And then I suffered with envy. And then I suffered with bitterness, just to name a few. It wasn't until I began to travel outside of America that I began to realize that melanin was very rich. It wasn't until I got outside of the confines of the place that I was used to that I realized the virtue and the value. Men who were willing to pay money in the millions for me. You don't have to believe it. I didn't come here for you to believe it, because I didn't believe it either when they told me. Oh, I got my lemonade brace for y'all this weekend. Don't act like you don't see it. But somewhere in there, God taught me the value of the scripture that says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I didn't call you to twinkle. I didn't call you to sparkle. I didn't call you to light up sometime and be faint other times. But in season and out of season, I've called you to shine. So Sally, when you get finished rising, you got to go ahead and shine, and then you've got to repeat. Rise, shine, repeat. Only to find out that my mother prayed and asked God, please God, let her come out looking just like her daddy. You did. So my whole life could have been different. She was trying to convince me. She was like, no, really, like, you were the lightest child that I had. Like, when they gave you to me, I thought you were a white baby, no offense. And she was like, but I prayed and I asked God. Because apparently Jerry Jr. didn't have enough sense to come out looking like my dad. So then she put that on me. Somebody say, prayer answering God. People don't want to shine when they have something to hide. Check yourself. I don't want anybody calling. I just don't want to. Why? What you hiding? People don't want to shine because they are used to being hidden. Bless God. They're used to being hidden. They're used to Bowie and them doing it. They're used to people with titles. They're used to the popular gifts. I don't shine because of the rejection. I don't shine because I'm hurt. I don't shine because I'm depressed. I don't shine because I am sad. I don't shine because there's more things that are going on and you don't understand. I don't want to shine. Those inferiority complexes that were hung on me as a little girl. I didn't even realize what was being put on me. Blackie, I was called. Raisin, I was called. Ant Farm, I was called. Oh, you can laugh now. But what God did is he had to show me, don't be ashamed of how I made you. The enemy wanted me to hate God. Oh, so you answered my mother's prayer, got me out here looking like Jerry Jones. And all the hurt and the rejection. But something about hurt, something about rejection, something about not being included. It's not your rejection. It's permission for me to move on. It's permission for you to live your best life. It's permission for you to trail a new blaze, a new trail. It is permission for you to be outside the box. Who needed a box anyway? You have permission to move on in the spirit. I don't want to shine because hurt and damaged people put their inferiority complexes on me. But I hear the Spirit of the Lord say, at 2 a.m., you called it. He said, but you have a responsibility. Hey, what excuse will be good enough to say, my feelings was hurt. That's why I didn't serve. I was embarrassed. I didn't have the resources. Oh, what would be good enough? He says you have a responsibility to shine. We get caught up, this little light of mine. I told you to watch that word, little. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. We've been hoodwinked into thinking the light is ours. He's the light of the world. You're simply a reflection of the light. You don't get to determine when the light shines, who it shines in front of, who will be affected by your testimony. It is your job to live a clean life, holy and acceptable, a pure life, so that the light of the world can reflect off of you. He said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw. Rise, shine, repeat. And so here we go. We have our scriptures that help us. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. That is your job. That is your responsibility. And that is what the Lord is expecting from you. Rise, shine, repeat. Shine, baby, shine. You are instructed to step up. Shine, baby, shine. You are instructed to be seen and heard. Shine, baby, shine. You are instructed to be compensated for your giftings and not keep giving stuff away for free. Shine, baby, shine says it's time for you to be noticed and stop taking the humble road, because really you're insecure and you're afraid that people aren't going to accept the gifting and the calling that is on your life. Shine, baby, shine. I was thinking about the example that Lady Bowie gave. And she talked about having people around her that can fight. And when she talked about having people around her that can't fight, I said to myself, that's interesting, because it gave me the visual of a boxer. You know, boxers, when they are in the ring, they have a group of people called cut men. And the cut men, they come and they take, can I have somebody that doesn't mind getting shined up real good? No, because you have your makeup on and stuff. You're like, now, wait a minute now. That's your example, not mine. Shine yourself up. But I have on my makeup too, so I was wondering if I can get it. Okay, my friend here. And so they take it, and it's moisturizer. And they put it all over them. They put it all over them because they want them to be oily. They put it all over them because they want them to be oily. They put it all over them because they want them to be oily. In this walk, we're going to be impacted with stuff. And when you leave this weekend, you're going to be impacted with some things. But the Spirit of the Lord promises to oil you up so that when the fight comes, the oil makes the skin more elastic. Is there anybody in here that can stand for your prayer life to be a little more elastic? Oh, nobody said that the road was going to be easy, but he said, I make all grace abound toward you. He didn't say everything was going to be unicorns and rainbows. But he said, lo, I am with you always. And so we put that oil on there and put some more in there. And then it makes the skin more elastic. It makes that punch slippery and less likely to tear the skin. It lessens the sting from the punches. If you ever gotten yourself off into some prayer, you know that it will lessen the sting of the punches. Yes, you're still going to go through. Yes, you're still going to go through. But when you're lubed up in prayer, when you're saturated with the oil of the anointing of God, it will fortify you to stand and withstand all at the very same time. Why do we put on the oil? It controls the amount of blood that a boxer loses in the fight. It hurt my feelings. Yeah, it hurt your feelings. I'm bleeding. Yes, you're bleeding. They cut you, and they got you really good, by the way. But when you're oiled up in prayer, hallelujah, if he don't change the situation, he will change you. When you're oiled up in prayer, you're not looking for God, when is this going to be over? You just say, have your way, Lord. I just want to be saved. Lord, work on me. Yes, change my mind, change my thinking, change my course, change my conversation, change my tongue, because I want to shine for you. But I found it most interesting that they don't stop just by putting on the oil or the grease or the Vaseline or the petroleum jelly. They don't. They actually take something called a coagulant. And they take the coagulant and they pour it inside. They pour it inside of the moisture. And they pour it inside of the oil, and then they mix it up, and then they put it on the face of the fighter. The coagulant is necessary because it makes the blood curdle up. It keeps you from bleeding out. It changes the nature of the blood. The God that we serve, he takes the heat out of the fire. The fire's coming. You may smell like fire. But I don't know about you. You have no idea. I don't look like what I've been through because of the blood. Because of the spiritual coagulant that keeps me from bleeding out. Thank you. How can I not shine with the spiritual coagulant on my life? How can insecurity take over me when I have the blood of Jesus Christ? And so he says, I don't just want you. I just don't want you to pray. I don't just want you to pray. I don't just want you to pray. But Luke 29 said, and as he prayed, the fashion of his countenance was altered. The psalmist says, Lord, be the health of my countenance. Fix my face, God. In the midst of the storm, fix my countenance, God. Help me to go through the right way. Fix my countenance. Take me past happy and give me some joy. Fix my countenance. I want to go through. I want to shine. I want to live for you. But it hurts. Fix my countenance. If you don't fix it, I'll complain my way out of the blessing that you have stored up for me. If you don't fix it, I'll disqualify myself Oh, and as he prayed, the fashion of his countenance was altered and his raiment was white and glittering. You want to shine, baby, shine. You want to say, I will never be dulled. Get yourself in some prayer. It's time to increase prayer like never before. It'll have you shining in season and out of season. He said it's not just good enough to have the Vaseline, oh, that which makes you slippery, but God said this is the prayer. This is the prayer and this is the fasting. Some things are only going to come out with prayer and fasting. You can pray all you want to pray, but you really want to see a shift. You really want to see a change. You really want to see a move. Take some coagulant, put it in your prayer life, and shine. Shine, baby, shine. He says, I'm ready for you to shine because I'm ready to give you not just a happy life, but the happy wife. He says, I'm not just ready to give you a husband, I want to give you the house and the husband. He says, I'm ready to give you the book and the movie. He says, I'm ready to give you the check and the bonus. He says, I'm ready to give you the position and the promotion. I'm ready to give you the paycheck and the vacation. I'm ready to give you the church and the members. I'm ready to give you the increase and the overflow. I'm ready to give you the signs and the wonders. I'm ready to give you the blessings and the miracles. I'm ready to give you salvation and deliverance. I'm ready to give you and the solution. I'm ready to give you restoration and rejuvenation. I'm ready to give you liberation and freedom. Rise, shine, repeat. Rise, shine, repeat. Rise, shine, repeat. Give God praise. Now wait a minute. Tell your neighbor, say neighbor, there's a difference between liberation and freedom. They don't look like they believe you. Find somebody else. Find somebody else. Say neighbor, there's a difference between liberation and freedom. Find somebody else. They didn't believe you. Say, neighbor, there is a difference between liberation and freedom. Liberation is the act of setting someone free from imprisonment. Liberation is the release from slavery and oppression. Tell someone, yes, I am liberated. But today, I came to celebrate my freedom. Freedom is the power. Freedom is the right to act, speak, think as I want without hindrance or restraint. Get your praise partner. Say, neighbor, you have the power. Oh, lift up your voice in here. Say, neighbor, you have the right to act, speak, think, praise, sing, worship. Praise, sing, worship. Pray, praise, sing, and worship without hindrance, without hindrance, without hindrance or restraint. Rise, shine, repeat, rise, shine, repeat. Now give God praise from a free place. Give God praise. Somebody ought to take a lap so you feel a run in your spirit. Somebody feels a run.